repeat anything we just talked about because we are live. We've been over here. We're 20 sides to every story. We're talking about innocent things offline. And then when we come here for you all, we get real serious and we start talking about the game. What is the game? We're playing Symbaroum. Yep. That's your
Good.
intro.
It's a good intro. What's the game?
I have a tenuous grasp on what what we're doing right here. It's been a while, so we're picking back up. I think it's been probably like at least a month since the last time we played.
It's been a while.
So we should probably recap. I heard a little woo there, so let's see. We've got our. Oh, thanks, Isaac. Just subscribed for 71 months.
Whoa,
Oh,
thanks for the
Bruno
gifts,
2000
man!
says, "Figure it out." Thanks.
Figure it
Awesome.
out.
We'll try to figure it out. Yeah. So what do we remember from last time we played? It was a lot happened, I think, in a short amount of time. You arrived in Thistlehold. You were trying to like rendezvous with. Oh, there's a doot doot. Hype train has started. Thanks for that. That's awesome. Thanks, Chris, for the sub. What was Anadia? I think was the name of your contact. Anadia was the was a Ambrian woman that had contacted you. She contacted you back when you were in Blackmore in the tent camp. That's about I think like it's about an hour travel south of Thistlehold. But she had kind of some info that she wasn't really willing to speak on in Blackmore, but it pertained to something. Sounds like something got smuggled into Thistlehold, and she was looking for. She basically contacted you because of Val, because I think it's basically been pretty clear that she's associated in some way, shape, or form with the Iron Pact. So you came up to Thistlehold hoping to meet with her, but you didn't have really a chance. Like chaos like pretty much ensued from the get go, and you kind of got roped into some big commotion that was happening on the northern side of town, where there was a contingent of barbarians that had come from Davokar. A couple of them on these really large, like almost like elephant-like beasts that emerged from the forest and caused a big uproar. The town sent a delegation out to go and talk with them, and you were all kind of selected to go along with that. And you heard that they were asking like some cryptic questions about I think about a well, right? Like, did the well speak or something like that? And nobody knew what the hell they were talking about. And then they're like, okay, well, we are gonna allow you all a chance to. There's something. There's something from the forest. Did they say? Did I have them tell you what it was that was brought into the town?
They didn't tell us exactly. They were just saying that there was like
Jen.
an artifact.
Mhm.
I think is just what they said. And when we were trying to push, like, oh, what does this thing look like? And then they were like, we can't tell you, like something having to do with like a matriarch witch unable to really like share information is
Okay.
I think kind of how that played out because I remember asking and they were like we can't tell you.
Yeah, it seems like there's a little bit of distrust on both sides, and basically their agenda is that they want to come in and deal with it, right? And this is a big problem for the town. They can't allow that. That would cause a lot of political issues for the mayor, and so they told them to kind of sit tight. And so, for all you know, that they're still in Davokar. They said, okay, they withdrew. They're back in the forest, but it's kind of like an open question. How long are they going to wait before they take matters into their own hands? It seems like they've got some muscle behind them. So, and those big beasts that they're riding on would make pretty quick work of the palisade. But anyway,
Eh,
go
Alex, I
ahead.
had a note here. I had a note here that probably someone made a roll, and you revealed to us an ancient being was killed and removed from Dabokar. I might have written wrong, but I just wanted to point it out to you.
Okay, so then maybe you do have some sense that some part of this being is likely in town.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think that was the only. Yes. Okay.
I think it
That
might
is
have been you,
absolutely-
Jenna, who obtained this specific information, by the way.
It's his.
I know. Thank you for writing that down because apparently I didn't. That sound is really important.
Maybe it has to do with the statue, too. Maybe.
The
No.
The frown.
the statue in Toad Square.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the frog creature
Yeah.
or something.
Could be. There wasn't really time to kind of debrief after that because something then did ring. There was like this loud kind of gong sound, I think is probably how I described it. And almost immediately after that, there were like waves of these weird barbarian bestial hybrids, like people with like clawed hands and weird animalistic like fangs and deformities and such that were kind of running amok, not so far away from Toad Square, and you all kind of intervened and kind of helped to because they were kind of grabbing people. It wasn't like wanton slaughter. It was like they were grabbing people, and it seemed like they were trying to like pull them back to a particular area that you soon discovered there was like this big sinkhole that had just apparently dropped maybe when that sound had happened, but basically a whole neighborhood just like descended down into the sinkhole, and surprise, surprise, right? A little convenient that it was where your rendezvous was supposed to be with Anadia. So I think you saw some evidence of the Fern Tavern sign or something that indicated, yep, it got swallowed up by the sinkhole. I saw Ryan. You hit your hand. Did you have a detail? Oh, okay. So you got to the sinkhole.
No, I was just saying, lo and behold.
Yeah. It's just a little convenient for the story, right? That's how it went. But anyway, like you had this big battle around the sinkhole. You had like you used your bend will ability. You managed to get some information out of one of, I don't know, one of the quote unquote leaders, maybe like someone that was kind of, barking out marching orders to some of these barbarians, and you came to like the weird thing that came out of that is that he seemed to indicate that they were from Clan Jazora, which is kind of a weird thing because Clan Jazora is one of the tribes that is believed to have been extinct. Like the Ambrians, when they first came here, there was a barbarian village right here where Thistlehold was, but it got razed and wiped out, and it's believed that all of those people were killed and that there is no Clan Jazora anymore. But what he told you seems to contradict that perhaps they did survive, and wherever they've been dwelling is somewhere deep below in some cavernous area, maybe like beneath the town, like they emerged from the sinkhole. So kind of a question.
And they were corrupted.
And they were very much corrupted. I think, didn't one of you do a check that you identified the fleshcraft spell? Like this is an intentional thing. It isn't like an incidental we brushed up against some artifact or something and it fucked us up. It's something that you intentionally undergo.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think basically where we left off, like that was kind of it. At the conclusion of all of that, there were some of these clan folk that went back down into the sinkhole. but they're also just like bodies like in the streets like leading up to the sinkhole. And at this point the town guard is like clearing the area of any, like, even you guys, even though you helped out and everything, they would have been like, okay, like you're not working for the town. Their orders, they're following strict orders that they got from the mayor to clear this area and barricade it off. Like nobody is to approach this area. um you did overhear, because there were some Ordo Magica folk about, and you did overhear them kind of speculating about the idea of sending an expedition down there, but that kind of got broken up by all the combat and everything like that. So you do have a lead that there is a possibility that you could maybe use that information to your advantage if you wanted to get an official reason to go down there. You could go and make your case with Ordo Magica and try to work with them, maybe be the team that gets selected. But I think for the time being, you've basically decided to retire. At this point, you're tired. You know, you've taken some damage. There's some corruption and things like that that maybe has, like Gnosis maybe had incurred. I don't remember, but you're weary from battle, and it's time to find a place anyway to stay. And I think we kind of did a little bit of this like offline, but I think you selected a tavern, an inn, I should say. It's not really a tavern. It's an inn that is called the Witch and Familiar, or the Familiar and Witch, something
Yeah.
like that.
Which are familiar.
And it is basically this really big, tall, 3-story building. It's not really very impressive when you are on the outside, but when you enter into it, what you soon discover is the inside is kind of it kind of replicates like a barbarian camp on each floor, with sort of these little kind of huts, and like there's vegetation that somehow they have like encouraged moss and grass to kind of grow like on the floor even, and like up along the support beams and things like that. So it's like kind of like it's kind of cool, vibe in there, because it's just very, I don't know, unlike anything that you've ever stated. But you would have been greeted by the proprietor. Let me see. Let me look up his name. But he's a barbarian from Clan Zarek. His name is Alomar. Black hair, big beard, very kind eyes. And he would find you accommodations up on the second floor. There's a number of huts, like one for each of you, and then there is a like a campfire that kind of is a communal little fire pit for each of the little common rooms that you'll be staying in. On the inside of each of these buildings, they're very, actually almost no furniture. The only the only decor or anything like that are a couple of like fur skin bedding kind of things that are kind of laid out very traditional style, like right on the floor, no bed or anything like that. So you have arrived here at this point. It is evening. Alomar is bringing around some very traditional kind of porridge for you to eat in a big plate of roasted meat that just falls right off the bone, and some berries and nuts and things like that. And so you're getting a meal in addition to the room that you're staying in here. But I guess at this point, this is kind of your maybe chance to RP a bit and debrief on what your characters are kind of going through. Like, this has been a crazy ass day for you all. And it also seemed that like maybe something had been bugging Val, I think, during that battle.
Oh yeah, he was off, right?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, they kicked my ass. That happened. I'm not gonna deny it. But beyond that, you could tell he was particularly, not that you could see his face, but his reactions were really emotionally unable to react. That's how I would say it. And then at the end of it, he said, we gotta go down there. I think he was pretty adamant that for him at this point in time, it is imperative that we go investigate further.
Has anybody been hurt? I'm trying to think. I made 2 rolls last time on myself and somebody else, and I failed them.
And
I think
me,
we
and you
ended up
failed on
getting,
me. Yeah.
And you. Okay.
We ended up
Yeah.
getting like some of the
Oh yeah,
villagers
I'm-
or something, or they had some doctors or something that helped us save some of our
Yeah.
companion's life. So
Yeah, so for the purposes of like game mechanics and everything, just consider your all your wounds and everything are gone. Temporary corruption is gone. There was sort of a way to like kind of hand wave that a little bit at the end of that combat. So yeah, you've been patched up by some of the I think they were missionaries from
Father Servor, right? You said.
Father Servola's. Yeah, yep.
Okay.
remove the temporary corruption as well. You said.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a -1 out of 10. So that's good.
All right. So this brings me to one particular question for you, Val. That whole entire combat, you didn't use your sword. You would not attack those that we were fighting against. Can you please explain to me why? I fear it's not the only time we're going to run into these foes, and I need to know that I need to know what to expect from my companions.
I think he would think for a very, very, very long, silent couple of seconds, and then he would say, "Do you know the story of the fall of Clan Jizora?"
I do not know anything about Clan Jizora.
It might actually be positive because people tell the story wrong. They say that Clan Jizora fell because the Ambrians had more men, more steel, better armor, better discipline. This is what victors always say after a war. They turn outcomes into inevitabilities. Jizora did not fall in a single battle, it died in stages. The Ambrians learned first. That was the beginning of the end. The clans knew how to fight raids, ambushes, forest skirmishes. They knew how to bleed an army crossing background. But the Ambrians built roads, forts, supply lines. They moved grain before they moved soldiers. Once they understood the land south of Davokar, the war stopped being seasonal. They pressed slowly northward, one settlement at a time, one river crossing at a time. They cut trade paths, isolated clans from one another, forced them to choose between starving separately or dying together. Yet Jizora still could have survived, but they should never have fought openly. But Aluban begged to differ. He believed the clan still had time, that if the Ambrians were blooded bad enough, the forest itself would turn against them or some shenanigans such. Maybe he was right once. Maybe 10 years earlier, he would have been. But by then, the war already changed shape. The Ambrians wanted Jizora to stand and fight, and one should never do what his adversary wants him to do. They only needed a one great victory, something public, something final, not just for military reasons, for political ones. The refugees crossing the Titans were frightened, hungry, angry. The nobles needed land. The army needed legitimacy. The church needed enemies. And nothing unites as frightened people faster than a war anyone agrees is righteous. The clans never understood that they were no longer fighting for territory. They were fighting against a civilization convincing itself it had permission to survive. When Jezora finally broke, it broke completely. The settlements burned first. Then the retreat paths collapsed. The wounded were abandoned because there were nowhere left for them to be carried. Warriors started fighting in smaller and smaller bands because nobody could coordinate anymore. Eventually, men stopped asking who was winning and only asked which direction they led away from the killing. When an army dies, most people imagine a final charge, a glorious end. That is not how it happens. It becomes fragments, smoke, hunger, noise in the trees at night, men too tired to lift their shields, others arriving too late, fires on the horizon. And you can see that there must be something in his throat because after that he's like he can't continue.
Are these your people?
These are the clans. What do you mean, my people?
Are you descended from them?
I was a witness. But they're not dead. And if they're not dead, maybe there's still hope that we can save some. I know it doesn't look like it from what we just saw, but I got to believe that if they're not dead and not completely corrupted, maybe, just maybe, there is one chance.
Is this Gretel? Is this a corruption that can be undone? Can something like that, their disfigurement, can it be removed?
There are times where corruption can be removed. It depends really on the circumstance. We would have to study the affliction longer. From what I saw, this, like, on a surface level, this is, they chose to do that to themselves, but like the thing that's like causing like the root of the behavior, I have no idea.
So they chose to do it to themselves?
The physical fleshy part of what we saw, yes, that was something about that didn't feel like it didn't feel accidental. It felt it had intent behind it.
I guess when you had mentioned that before, I had assumed that, and this sort of fit with Val's narrative. I guess I had just assumed somebody did that to them intentionally instead of them doing it to themselves intentionally. And if it is the case that this is Clan Jezora that's been turned into these beasts through corruptive magic.
It is yeah, it's fair. Not many would be willing to incur that kind of corruption, but again, I hate saying for certain without spending more time studying, but my gut is telling me that
When
in
every
order for it to be
ray,
that level, they would have had to willingly submit themselves to it.
when your hope is no longer there, you can't see the light. I don't think it's that incredible to think that they would adopt extraordinary measures out
But
of
the question,
desperation.
but the question is there a way back once it's that far, right? It's like a tail, a sixth finger. These types of things we've seen can possibly be undone through some pretty extreme ritual, really. Something like what we saw is so far beyond anything that I've ever even dreamed of, let alone seen or read about. That
Please,
it
friends,
seems
remember that there are external forces at play here. This is not just the remnants of Clan Jazora finally clawing their way back to the surface. As you know, the other clans are claiming something important was stolen and brought here.
right.
So
this is true. Yeah.
so I wouldn't necessarily just reduce that to whatever is happening to these people, but who set some plan in action that resulted in this or at least contributed to it. So if you're not willing to risk this for the remnants of a clan that might have gone too far to be brought back, I think you should consider doing it to understand and unwrap this mystery of who brought what here to do what. If the Huldra mobilized her guardians to come here and fix the problem, I assure the problem is not minor.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm hesitant to say it's purely self-induced. It's if someone of that high within like the barbarian tribes feels it's that important to come out here and are explaining like that an apocalyptic almost sort of danger. There's something else. There's something else like that. There's something else that is perhaps having an effect, and it's terrifying. But I'm also very curious, and I want to understand what that is.
I mean, think about this, right? Less than a year ago, an artifact of incredible negative potential makes its way back here. The town is held hostage to a series of gruesome murders. I'm not a man who believes in coincidences. I am starting to see here the hidden hand of something trying to create a hotspot here for some goal I can scarcely imagine. Hell, I'm even going farther than this and think perhaps even Cylindra's hope is somehow part of this, whatever this is. Someone is trying to stir trouble. That's how I see this.
I'm gonna kind of like just hug kind of like my backpack a little bit closer where the book is probably sitting in. Just kind of Not like 100% convinced, but definitely kind of like, yeah, this is possible.
So this is what I propose. We slip it over. The gods know we need it. Tomorrow, unless you're wiser than I am, which I hope you are, you come with me. We'll go to the mayor and we'll offer our services. If the mayor doesn't want to listen or doesn't care, then we'll go to Ordo Magica. I
I'm all
don't
for
trust
that.
anybody else to do this.
It may not be a bad idea to go to Ordo Magica, even if we do make some headway with the town, because they may have some information. If anybody has any information on the remnants of Clan Jazora and has been sitting on it for reasons, it could be the Ordo. And they may be, at this point, they may be willing to share that information.
Honestly, that would be my first intent, is to go there, but having a political backing would also be very, very handy to have.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not going to the mayor for political backing. I'm going to the mayor because I want to talk with Yagaba, the mayor's witch. I can't imagine any of this to happen here without the mayor's witch knowing anything about it.
Or at least reverberations. Yeah. This is a deep corruption. This is somebody highly attuned, more attuned than us. Someone like a high witch. They should have seen this coming, no?
Which I guess could lead to the idea that there's something suspicious afoot, or questioning needs to be done.
Definitely something suspicious.
But let's not make accusations before we can prove it. We're
Of
there
course.
we're there to understand, not to make accusation until we're certain that something is really amiss or afoot.
Now, what of we had another friend who had contacted us, right? And then they wanted your help, specifically with negotiating with the barbarian tribes. What about their what they were part? I'm trying to remember now. They're
The captain of
right?
the guard here.
Was that the captain of the guard? And then
He's
was
like
one of the
he's like
captains.
a captain, yeah.
Yeah, one of.
okay.
Yeah.
And then wasn't there a woman? Right? Was she an elf or something? That was like from some group.
There's
Maybe I'm
the
thinking of
woman from
something else.
Ordo Magica.
Oh, she was just from Ordo Magica. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the woman that
Euphrasia.
we were dealing with in Cylindrous Hope, as I think it
Silver Cheek, but no, but it is just to point out, I don't think we've had any direct interaction with elves in this campaign yet.
Oh, okay, yeah, they were
to be clear, I mean,
Yeah,
actually,
no.
you might have in your previous campaign.
Oh yeah, I guess you did, didn't you?
I remember
there-
from the video that I
There were
watched at the
some
time.
elves that they came
Mhm.
to kill
maybe
those.
that's what I'm. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what I'm mixing up. Yeah, I think I'm just mixing up something from an old game.
So Val,
Oh, go ahead.
I ask again. If we run into these foes, if we are hired by the seculars in town and the Ordo Magica, and or either one, and we seek to take this foe on again, will you be able to use your blade?
You seem to believe that they are foes. Are you certain?
Anybody who is attempting to kill me is a foe. I'm not one who would want to kill unnecessarily. And I understand your point, but if a corrupted person, regardless of exactly who or what they are or used to be, I need to know that if one is going to stab me in the back, you would not allow that to happen.
Not allowing someone to stab you in the back is not the same as piercing them with my axe. But in answer to your very pointed question, I would use my shield, not necessarily my axe, if I can avoid it.
Right, you knock their hands up and I'll shoot him in the chest. Sure. Don't worry. Yes, I have no problems taking them down if they're trying to hurt us.
And you know, I'll put my hand on Val's shoulder and be like, you know, I understand you feel a kinship for these people, you know. But I think that at this point they're too far gone, you know. And until we can investigate this more, and you know, I promise you, you know, that I will help you investigate and try to find a hope in trying to save who we can. But I think when they're that far gone, we have to protect ourselves. And
Especially since
you know,
we're
I
gonna be going-
respect you.
yeah.
I respect your decision, whatever you make, but you'll have to respect all of ours. That we will drop them, so they don't drop us.
I mean, it's not like we're avoiding them. We're going to be going back in there. So it's kind of important that, you know, we survive.
Reg, how would you feel if your whole tribe was slaughtered?
I'd feel horrible. I mean, I wouldn't feel at all. I'd be dead.
And what if you could do anything to help them?
So they are your tribe.
That's not what I said. I said, what if?
Well, maybe I might not have the same kinship to my tribe as you might have to yours.
I don't have any tribe.
Well,
I'm just asking you hypothetically. Trying to understand your motivation, Reg, not mine.
Well,
Mine are pretty clear.
Well, to be fair, I feel myself as a bit more of a individual than a tribes person, if that's what you're asking. I would definitely run away if we were being slaughtered and try to find a place to pick up and live my life elsewhere. I don't know. I understand we're trying to help these people, and I'm fine with that. But just the fact that we're talking about us here. I mean,
You just said that you would try to hide and flee. I think that's what these people have done.
But now the corruption has such a hold on them that they're trying to capture other people, kill other people.
We don't know that yet. It might be that you're right, but we don't know that yet.
How do we not
I'm not
know
saying
that?
you're wrong.
We saw them grabbing people. We saw them slaughtering people. There's bodies all around the sinkhole still. This was a violence that was perpetrated. There's no argument to that, you know. Now,
I'm not
you know,
arguing against that. I'm just saying, I guess, to your reasonable objections, I'm not asking you to go down there and then not defend yourself. I'm just asking you to suspend this belief until we have irrefutable proof that they are already beyond salvation. That's all I'm asking. I want to make that clear.
You don't want a potential victim to be villainized before there's a chance
Twice.
to save them. Yeah.
Yes.
And I understand that. But also, I understand that if we are going to be potentially attacked, we will also have to protect ourselves. I'm not disputing the fact that, like, there's a strong chance that there could be something else at work here, and it's could not also not be their fault. But before we can help them, we also need to be able to protect ourselves in order to do that.
We'll save
think the
everyone we
key-
can. We'll save
I think the
everyone we
key
can.
here is learn what we can from Bayela or the other name that they threw up. And if nothing can be done but extermination, then extermination it shall be. But I'd rather try to avoid that outcome if I can help it. That's all I'm saying.
Of course.
Agreed.
You brought up the name Helianor. If you want to select one of you to do a is a cunning test at a -5, I would let you try that.
I will try. Fire, -5.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. It actually makes sense that Val might know. Helianor is the name of Haloban's daughter. Or he had a daughter named Helianor.
So that's some proof that it's them. That it's definitely the remnants of the tribe.
I guess if he tells you this, which he will, because otherwise I'm a jackass. But after saying that, I don't think there's a single word coming out of his mouth. He just looks at you like he's not even there. There's something that he's thinking about right now that he can't even pronounce.
You know. Wow.
Well, I'm gonna find a glass of wine, and then I will probably be headed to bed, unless we're doing anything else today.
Yeah, sounds good. So you all will be able to probably all turning in rather early. We should probably do some settling up about accounting. This place probably feels as comfortable as you're going to get. I think it was one of the more reasonably priced places as well. 5 shillings for a night, 2 thaler for a week-long stay. I guess it's kind of up to you how long you want to kind of book in advance.
I'm running short of money after bailing out our friend. So
Yeah.
I will look at you expectantly loyal.
Is it 2 thaler per person or 2 thaler for the group?
Per person.
Person.
And we each have our own room.
Yep.
Shall I get us all lodging for the week?
Yeah, I wouldn't plan for long term. I would plan for
Yeah.
the next couple of days.
Next couple of days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to find my thaler so I can at least help, but I don't remember where to find the thaler.
Here.
It's on gear and
The
then
money.
the money.
Yeah,
I have one.
don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm pretty po.
Yeah. What's mine is
Oh, there
all
it
of
is.
yours. So we'll do, for the moment, 2 nights for the 5 of us. So that is that's
10 thaler? 2 nights for everyone?
2 nights
So
for
the week
everyone.
was-
There would be
it
5
was
shillings
Taylor.
per bed. So I think it would come out to be 5 Thaler after
5
conversions.
Oh.
Mm.
You
know what?
Economically,
We're-
it makes more sense to book for a week
I'll just
per each.
I'll book
Yeah.
it for a week. We'll just go ahead and do
So
Do
10
10.
Thaler. Yeah.
10 Thaler, and I marked myself down there, and we each have room for the week.
Sounds good. So you all retire to your individual beds. Your belly's full, you're sore. The fire kind of dwindles out after you're all not there to keep feeding it, and in the morning, you're treated to some more breakfast, kind of a porridge and berries kind of thing. Maybe some animal milk comes complimentary with your rooms. But yeah, then the agenda for the day is where first?
Would it be the
town
mayor first
council?
or the Ordo Magica?
To
Or
me, it
Magica
doesn't really
Magica?
matter as long as we also do a pit stop at the mayor's palace. I don't need that to happen first, if you disagree on that.
Either way works for me. I was thinking mayor first, just because this way we had mentioned it, but
Yeah.
and it couldn't help to have the blessing of the mayor to do the investigation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get him before lunch. That's what we need to do.
Mhm.
Before he heads out to the camp in the House of Ill Repute out there. I think I saw his stagecoach there.
Oh my god, that's right. Or you saw a
Yeah.
very fancy stagecoach.
You saw a fancy stagecoat. It's hearsay
Just
that
saying.
it was anything associated with last word. That would be a big scandal if that was true. Okay, so
Just start rumors.
I'm just
so you want to try to go to Night Home first, the mayor's residence. Okay. So Night Home is down over here. Big, huge
wow.
mansion.
Fancy.
On the other side of it's got its own walls and everything, and a gatehouse and everything. There's a lot more security in this area, as you can imagine, patrols on the streets and things like that. And when you get there to go and talk with, he's not an easy guy to make an audience with. And under the current situation in town, even more so. Like when you approach the guards to say that you want to make an appointment, they kind of scoff and almost laugh at you, and they're just like the one guard that you're talking with is like, are you totally ignorant of what is going on right now? There's absolutely no way that you're going to be able to see the mayor at this time. He's been all night been having meetings with folks from Ordo Magica, from the curate, from he just goes on and he lists like all these like important names and things like that he just tells you there's just no way we can accommodate that request right now.
And I'm just gonna be like, do you know who we are?
You're
Do
gonna
you
raise
even-
his,
Here we
do you
go.
know who he is?
Here
Do
we
you
go.
know who
Do
we are?
you even know who we are?
Here we go.
No?
We are very important people,
Okay.
and we have important business with the mayor. We can help.
State your name, please.
I'm Gnosis.
You can call me Papa.
No.
You can call me Daddy. No,
We've upgraded.
The fuck you just say to me?
Call you daddy.
Can you tell him his
What
name?
up?
Yeah, he's like, okay, who are you
Yeah, I'm just
associated
gonna-
with? Who
yeah, I'm
do
just gonna
you-
like, who are we associated with?
Would
I think Val will kind of reluctantly start talking and says, I We are friends of Thistlehold. The mayor knows that without our assistance, King Huron's crown would not have been returned whence it came. Say that. And if the mayor is not available, we certainly understand. At the minimum, we would request an audience with Yagaba. I'm sure she would like to hear from Val.
When you say like he doesn't recognize you, but when you say your name, he's suddenly like a little bit like okay, like you're familiar to him, and he says, "Okay, I can take down your names. Are you? I presume you're staying in town. I can arrange it that should there be a time where they will accept an audience with you, we can find you. I wouldn't expect it today. I wouldn't even expect it in the next couple of days. There's a lot of balls in the air. And Yagaba in particular is unavailable. But when the time comes, we will reach out.
Understood. We appreciate.
Yeah, see, I told you we had a celebrity.
Yeah,
Yeah, believe me.
Val has been here before, so like it's just one of those things where like they didn't recognize you in the group, but as soon as you step forward and say something, you say your name is in recent memory, notorious. So it does seem that you can pull that card to a limited extent here. But unfortunately, even the most famous of connections to the mayor are not going to get an audience, at least today.
Well, friends, we can go to Ordo Magica, even though we just learned that probably their leadership is in close meetings with the mayor as we speak. So we might have a similar situation. But why not try?
So you make your way. I feel like it's somewhere over here. The tower for Ordo Magica. I'm not sure. On this map, they don't have things marked, so we'll just roll with that. It's somewhere over in this area of town. Big, wizard's tower structure. You can see from several blocks away. Um, you make your way, and Val probably has a little bit. Seems like he kind of knows his way around here, or there's an air of familiarity for him as you make your way up the marble stairs and um, enter through the double doors. It brings you into kind of this lobby area. Nice varnished wood floors. There's like portraits on the walls of maybe the old, former masters of the order, and there's sort of like a reception desk central to this first floor, and big spiral staircases that lead up to presumably the higher levels where libraries and research areas and studies, and also the offices of the probably lecture halls and like the offices of the staff and the wizards. But there's a gentleman behind the desk that kind of has you approach, and he says, "Welcome to Ordo Magica, here in Thistlehold. We are run by Master Cornelio. He gives you like the rates for, researching in the library, kind of a customer service kind of feel as you walk in. And he says, how may I assist you today?
We would like to speak with Master Eufrenda if she's available.
Master Eufrenda. I can certainly check in with her. Who should I say is here to meet with her?
Tell her that a friend of Master Vernam is here to reconnect.
he tells you to just wait in the lobby, and he will check in with her and whether she's open to be receiving visitors. He uh, leaves, goes up the stairs. He's gone for maybe 15 minutes or so. But while you're waiting in the lobby, eventually you start to hear his footsteps coming back down the stairs. And as soon as he like reaches the base, he just looks at you and kind of waves you forward. And he says, "She will meet with you now."
Thank you.
And he takes you up and kind of leads you into what sort of feels like an old boys lounge, heavy smell of tobacco smoke and you know um, different trophies on the walls of big rack of like a elf or a elk horns and bear mounted on a thing right above the mantle and lots of bookshelves and leathery chairs and everything like that. And you see this woman. Let me see. This is one of the characters that probably has a portrait. Oh, I forgot how much I hate looking things up in this. I will find it. But kind of a mess of a woman. Hair is just kind of like up in a bun. Her robes are a little bit unkempt or wrinkled, but she's smoking a pipe. Um, and she's just kind of got this like jovial kind of demeanor where like you're always just like not sure if she's maybe a little lit up. Like she's just always like a little sway and like a little slurred speech sometimes. But she is seated in one of the chairs, and um, she's with another individual who I'll have to pull up his portrait as well. But like like Ollivander from like the Harry Potter movie, like this guy with like this white crazy hair and just like this you know waxy wrinkly skin. He just looks like ancient. Like he's like with her, and it seems like they've been he's not smoking or anything. Like he's just kind of like sitting in the chair, very stiff, and he just has kind of a scowl on his face when he looks at you. But she says, "Oh, Val, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance once again, and I saw that you were helping out there just 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 yesterday with all that business down by the sinkhole."
Yeah, thanks to this fine folks and looks and introduces the other characters, we managed to be of assistance. And we thought we could be of further assistance in case you and the other masters are in need.
And she just like turns and looks at the man that she's with, and she's like, "Did you hear that, Killian? Oh, we need a team to go and explore the sinkhole, and here they are." And he just kind of replies, "I don't think that the master is going to go for it." She says, "Why not? We have a relationship with Val. We owe Val. If it wasn't for him and his expedition out to the Tomb of Dying Dreams, we may not have ever recovered our lost explorers or the expedition. There might not have been any survivors whatsoever. No, I think we can help each other out. Are you interested in employment with us?"
If that's available, I believe, and I speak for myself, I can speak for my colleagues here. I'll leave to them answer for themselves. But I think the moment is requiring every able citizen of Thistlehold to step up and do their part to learn what has happened.
She says, "I agree with you. It has long been rumored that there was. Sorry, one second. I got to plug my headphones in." It's long been rumored that there were subterranean passages underneath Thistlehold, and now we have evidence that there's a way down there. We need to check it out and see what it might be. You there was a report. There was a report of a woman with leathery wings, one of the clan folk that you fought, flying about in the area. Some people reported that she took flight and dived into the sinkhole, and many of her compatriots went after her. There may still be some of those folk down there. We should make contact. See what we can learn from them.
I suppose that. What do you mean by leathery wings?
Well, she had like wings, almost like enormous bat wings that allowed her to take flight. A somewhat different manifestation of the same ritual that the others had gone under, but it seemed like she had a command over the others.
What will be our mandate? To learn and report?
Yes. If you could go down there and explore what it is, where did they come from, where do they live, map out some of the halls, it would be valuable information that we would pay greatly for.
Well, I think I shall be happy to do so, and I will even offer something that you might not know.
I'm all
It
ears.
happens that Thistlehold was built on the place where centuries ago a great battle occurred between King Hurrian and a powerful creature of the forest.
You think this is connected to the Tomb of Dying Dreams?
I'm certain it is, even though I can't fully comprehend it. My guts tell me that there is something, that there's some indicia in that tomb that we don't yet fully comprehend.
If you were able to make that linkage, that would be a huge discovery. Now, then like as she's like getting excited, like you get the feeling she almost wants to like just jump into like logistics and like talking about how you might map things out down there. But the other man just like kind of clears his throat and he's like, "Aren't you jumping the gun? They don't have a contract with us, and I certainly don't think that the master is going to want to jump into business with the first group that happens to take an audience with us." She says, you let me worry about him. No. We can work together, Val. You don't need a contract, no?
I don't believe in formalities. I believe in relationships.
And coin? We believe in coin too. Well, most of us do.
I was waiting for it.
So
Okay.
maybe up front would be fine then if we don't need if we trust each other.
How does 50 sound?
Each?
Oh, 50 each.
Yeah,
Oh, the
each.
money.
I can
A
give
lot
you
of
50
money.
now. If you give me enough
If
time,
you
I may be able to make that work.
I
So,
think we can make that work.
250 in total.
And the friendship of the Ordo. It's even more important than 50.
She stands up and she kind of just like holds her hand out, and you can just feel like there's heavy judgment from this other wizard that's in the room, as he's like just keeps like saying like the master won't like this, and she's like, he doesn't like anything. What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
What won't he like about it? Val's a hero. He's a celebrity. Come on, he's gonna love it.
Oh, he's very by the book. He's going to want to take bids from multiple adventuring parties. No. We got to blow past all of that. There's going to be other groups that are going to catch the mayor's ear. We need to be the first down there. The only thing that I ask is anything that you find down there, you bring back for me. Don't show it to anybody else.
Sounds reasonable, given that you're giving us your faith and trust. We should do the same.
What exactly do you mean, anything that we find down there?
Whoa. If you happen to find artifacts, writings, anything that you think might have value to our better understanding of those people that came from
Gotcha.
the sinkhole, what they've been doing down there. You heard what some of them said. They were speaking Chief Halaban's name. We've long heard of
Seems
the possibility that there's a beast clan out there, but now it's becoming clear perhaps they are of Clan Jazora. Anything that you could find that would clarify this or make it more obvious versus just trying to draw conclusions from names shouted in the heat of battle, that would be valuable.
And if we were to find evidence that these are indeed survivors,
Why do
what
we fight?
would
We fight for the
be
booty. Why do we raid? We raid for the booty.
consequence
Why do we die? We die
for
for the booty.
Sinkhole?
Well, that is an open question, isn't it? But if you find it and you bring it to us, we can keep it under wraps and we can sit on that. Think about what the possible consequences might be. Oh, Dawson wants a clink. Clink.
Clink. There you go. Clink.
Thanks,
Clink,
Thanks,
clink, clink.
Blink.
Hey, and thanks. We got a raid from I've had too many clinks, maybe. It's Silopium. Greetings, friends. I'm a WOD GM. Just saying hi. Happy gaming. Happy gaming to you as well. Yeah. So she kind of entreats you like, oh, there might be consequences, but you know what, as long as you bring it, keep it under wraps and bring it to us, we can consider who needs to know, when they need to know, or if it even should be something that is spoken about at all.
Understood. Friends, what do you guys think? Are we ready to venture forth, or any other preparation that needs to be made?
How are we? I know that we might have had like healing potions, right? Is that something that we might need to get more of?
Okay, for information, I have 4 salves available. I have 5, but I used 1 last session in my gear. Herbal cure, I have 4 left. But yes, it would be a good idea for each one of us to at least have 1 at the
Yeah.
ready in case of
Yes.
emergency. I believe it's cost 1 failure each, if I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now. Herbal cure.
Hey,
Yep,
I'm back.
Yep, 1 thaler each.
Welcome back.
I have a couple Thaler, so I'll buy a couple just to contribute. I'll buy 3.
Sounds good.
And
Purchasing what?
3. What is it? What are they called? They're
Herbal cures.
Herbal cures.
cures.
I'll buy one as well with my 1 Thaler I have.
I will buy 2.
Given enough time, I can make those.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
That'll be helpful.
that'll be amazing.
If you survive this, Loyal, I'm inclined to open an alchemy shop for you here in town. Okay?
That sounds very nice.
You get to name it, you get to build it however you want, to specs. So
Whoa.
start thinking about it.
That's cool.
Just turn this into like a cozy shop sim.
The,
Heck yeah.
it's the Choke Spore Shop.
The joke spore shop. Wow.
Little lo-fi music playing in there. It's so nice.
Want to get a root beer stick from the stroke spore shop.
They've got a special chokey.
Send them to the chokey.
Oh no.
All right. So those of you that are buying those, you feel good about your accounting, or you've got that all managed on your sheet? You know how many you have? Okay.
I just
Yeah.
added it, as a whatever. Just put Herbal Cure 3. I'm sure we know what that is.
Yeah. We don't have to like RP through it. You go and you find in, one of the market areas, there's a little shop that's being run by like a barbarian couple who are very on edge, given the fact that, there's probably going to be some rampant discrimination against any kind of tribe folk that are living in Thistlehold right now, just due to the barbarian delegations outside of town that have everyone spooked, and then this big attack. There's a lot of reasons for some ugly things to maybe be happening, but that's kind of what you pick up on while buying your herbal cures and everything like that. So sounds like there wasn't anything else that you wanted to do with Ordo Magica. You were okay with accepting your handshake deal with Eufrinda, who seems like she's trying to cut out information from the top a little bit. But she would hand you an official letter on with the seal of Ordo Magica on it, like stating essentially that you are under contract with them for the sole purposes of carrying out the directive given by Mayor Nightpitch, blah 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 blah, to map and explore the sinkhole and whatever, like some kind of legalese jargon that relates back to statutes that go back to the mayor's authority. So by the time like all this takes place, it's probably like early afternoon by the time you like arrive back at the sinkhole. Um, things are like a little bit better than how you left them the previous day. Like bodies at least have been like pulled out of wreckage and such. There's probably still some bodies that are like lining the streets, but with like sheets and coverings over them at least. And like some of the debris and things like that have kind of been swept up in like the far-reaching neighborhoods. But as you get closer and closer to the sinkhole, there's still like a lot of just wreckage and everything like that, and the whole area is barricaded off. There's like at least like 5 or 6 guards kind of at each road that would lead to that area where it's like blockaded off. But if you present your paperwork, they will take a moment to look at it and then just kind of like wave you through very quickly to kind of go behind them. And from there, like you can see on the screen here, we were talking about this like off screen, like how big that sinkhole is. Like it's like 300 feet in circumference, or in diameter. And when you approach it, it looks like it goes deep. Even with like it's daytime, daylight and everything like that, like even with daylight filtering down, like you can just barely make out kind of what looks like a big rubble pile at the bottom, but like not truly like the bottom of the like a cavern floor or anything like that. So like this is quite a climb to go all the way down.
And that's what it would have to be. It would have to be some sort of like rock climb down the wall, or throwing a rope down and trying and scaling that way. Essentially, we don't see any kind of way we could path it down, right?
No, it would be like a rock climb down. It's way more than 50 feet. You'd have to, if you wanted to use the assistance of rope, you would have to tether quite a few together to rappel down there.
Nice.
But you know, the descent down, it's not like sheer straight down walls or whatever. There is like kind of a slant, so it's feasible that you'd be able to like rock climb down there with, you know, as long as you don't totally screw it up.
No 20s, guys.
No 20s, yeah.
So is that what we're thinking? We want to head down there now, or do we want to? Yeah, I guess there's no reason not to.
It just separate ourselves so we're not in a line, because if one falls, all the others fall. So very slowly, very carefully, let's try to make our way down.
No safety line attaching all of us together to
So that if one falls, we all fall.
exactly.
Yeah.
We are a
Listen,
team.
guys, we're ride or die, okay?
We are a team.
Goonies don't say die, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a dagger too, so I'll probably kind of use that to kind of like, yeah, kind of hold in and keep tacking in, you know.
Sure.
I think I'll
Going down.
hand you one of my hand axes. That should work better.
Nice. Yeah, for sure.
So you're all going to start making your way down. Is there any like order or anything like what's your process kind of look like?
I think we're gonna spread out,
Okay.
because if there's like a sort of earth slide or anything, and we're all in the same column, we're just gonna go down.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'd go down first, because the last thing you need is for me to head down at the end and slip and fall and take all you guys out on my way down.
So why don't we do this? Why don't you all give me a vigilant test +4. So the climb itself isn't so bad. It's more spotting weaknesses or places where exactly that could potentially happen.
Oh, it was almost a 19.
Let's see. How am I doing this?
Uh-oh.
I've forgotten.
Oy.
Okay.
Click on the vigilant and
Oh, there we go. I was clicking on the number and modifier hit 4.
Yep.
Put 4
Yeah.
in there. Positive
I
4,
didn't do the
right?
modifier.
Positive 4. I think yours wouldn't matter. You rolled a
your
nat
margin was
20.
Yeah.
11. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I rolled a 20, so it wouldn't have mattered. Love when
Okay.
it works out that way.
So Gretel and Loyal, the two of you, your weight gets pressed on some areas where there's just like loose stone, and like it causes you to kind of skid and fall and like scrape yourselves up a bit. You can both make quick tests to see if you can maybe recover from this before taking any damage. No,
Just a
no
regular quick-
modifier.
Nope.
Oof.
I don't think so. Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Oof
So
and
you
oof.
both unfortunately just kind of go tumbling a bit, and armor can protect you from this. So go ahead and roll your armor to see if you can mitigate the damage that way.
I don't think so.
Damn.
Okay.
Christ almighty.
You guys rolled down and boom, right in the coccyx.
Well, hold on.
Ah.
So, I'm looking for the armor, I guess. Shoot. Protection 1. Okay. So Gretel, you're gonna take 2 points. And Loyal, you're like no problem. You had 10, so like your armor and robust and everything protected you.
Yeah.
So you're scraped up a little bit. You don't fall like into a pit or anything. It's just like you kind of tumbled a little bit on the way to your destination.
I think
I've got
I
like
think-
rhinoceros skin.
I think
I just thought about this, but is there a way back up?
yeah, climb back up.
That way, Gnosis. That
Just,
like,
way
lay-
is the way back up.
I mean, down is usually a lot easier.
Yeah,
Just
there
laying on my back looking up. No.
on either. This is one detail. I guess I failed to mention this, but on either side there are like 2, maybe like 40-foot lengths of rope from the top. So like you'd have to like climb up to a degree, but once you get to that point, you'd be able to like use the rope to kind of like help you get to like the tippy top and like get back on land. So
Cool.
there's a way to get back up. It's certainly harder to get up than it is to go down, but yeah, you're not trapped down here.
I think
can-
Val will use Medicus on Gretel without help. If I make it should be 1d4, so it should be enough to help her to fully recover from the little scratch. So
And do we need to light a torch, or is there natural light where we're at?
There's sort of there's natural light. Kind of I guess maybe you wouldn't be coming down exactly there. You'd be like coming down like on the side or something like this. But as you were making your way down into the pit, it is pretty dark here. Like the light from up above has a hard time kind of penetrating through the shadow and everything of the pit. So you've got light. Like if you look up, there's light that's filtering down. But if you're gonna do any exploring kind of off of this main chamber here, you're gonna need a torch.
Just a heads up. I have something for the Sixth Sense, and pretty much what it is as long as it's in calm conditions, if I move a fourth of my normal speed, then I'm able to be able to see unhindered in dim light.
Okay,
That's-
so I would consider this dim light.
Okay, cool.
But if you, as you're kind of touching down at the what appears to be the very bottom of the sinkhole, you can see that there's like caverns.
Okay.
If you went into a cavern, it would be like pitch black at a certain point. So, but right out here, what you're observing as you're touching down at the bottom of the sinkhole is you can see there's a huge pile of rubble and certainly bodies. Like you can see like an arm and a leg here and there, like sticking out of like the rubble piles that it collapsed from up above. The wreckage of it seemed like it was maybe like kind of a commercial area. There's like different like signs of shops and things like that that are littered about. And it does seem like there's some water, like a little stream, a trickle of a stream that kind of filters through here. It looks like the flow of that water is probably coming from the west, going east.
I do not see anything on Foundry.
Oh, nobody sees anything.
No.
This is great.
I think it said I don't have a token, so maybe that's why.
Visible token thing again.
I could see
Oh,
it.
There we go.
there
Oh, I
we
see.
go.
Did
There
that
we
work?
go.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hickory dickory duck.
So like you can
unbelievable.
see, I'll just move this around so you can still see everything that I had hoped you could see. But yeah, we'll say like a touchdown here. So you see this big rock pile, rubble pile.
That's where everything fell
Very-
down.
Yep.
Gretel, I gave you one each point back. One
Was
wound
it
back.
one or was it one or two?
You suffered 2. I gave you 1 back, so you basically minus
Oh.
1 at this point.
Okay, perfect. I misremembered and
Yeah.
accidentally fully healed myself. Let me fix that. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Val.
The water is
so- and-
flowing from west to east, correct?
Yes.
What do you guys think?
And do we see? You
Well-
were saying, or do we see any passages or anything yet, or no? We just see space and just where I guess where the river, I guess, assume goes wall.
I think you see at least one passage like right over here.
Okay. Sure.
And like it seems like this water kind of flows into like a little passageway.
Yeah.
Hard to see on the other side of like the rubble pile and what might be over there, but
Yep.
this is a very
mean-
big cavernous space that you're in.
I'm gonna just say, why don't we take a minute, guys, and kind of survey the area and see what we see and see what our options are and make some decisions after that.
Yeah. Reg would volunteer to be scout if that's what was needed.
And if we wish to go deeper, we would head to the east. That's the way the water's flowing. So
I guess Isaac, do you want to see? Can you move this token?
No, I can't.
Okay, 1 second. Try now.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and kind of navigate around. You're just like kind of checking out the perimeter of the enormous
Sure.
cavern right now. Okay. So yeah, as you kind of peek down, like that's just like that's a tunnel. It looks like it's very kind of windy. Gets dark pretty much almost immediately around the bend. Yep, there you can see a little trickle of that stream flowing in your direction. Same thing there. And probably that tunnel there looks a little bit more maybe man-made. It goes like kind of straight
Okay.
north, but it is still like made of like the natural rock, like it was chiseled out of the rock.
And then I'd reach back to the party and I'd explain the topography and layout of what we got.
This is not a passage, right, Reg?
Not a passage.
Okay.
I mean, it seems to me
And
like
there was
the
a passage here too.
the
right?
man-made seeming
Mhm.
one.
I agree. If we, I mean, that would make
Unless we
no
want to,
sense.
explore a little bit the other one as well.
Well,
Which
that's a good starting point there.
which direction would lead toward like the forest?
North.
Mid north.
This one.
Hmm.
Okay.
Think we're gonna move up there then?
Yeah.
All right, so you circumvent the rubble pile. You make your way to that passageway that Reg had identified goes straight north. Then you want to start kind of checking that out, heading up in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
So
Ooh.
I'm not gonna do this like super dungeon, what you might expect to be dungeon crawl, because we don't. Symbaroum just doesn't really play that way. So you move forward, and I assume one of you has like a light or a torch here at this point, and so you light up the passageway, and like basically what you come to find in these rooms here is that this was clearly like living quarters. There are you know remnants of furs, beds, um, you know, places where they cook their meals. Um, pretty humble. Not a whole lot of possessions, but on the stonework of each of these little rooms, it looked like they've been carefully kind of these were carved out of this stonework here, chiseled very crudely out of it. There's like writings, scrawlings, like kind of pictographic kinds of um, drawings that have been etched right into the stonework of the walls. Um, some of them kind of showing maybe the transformation of the clan folk gaining these like bestial abilities over time, kind of glamorizing or glorifying it. Um, and it kind of tells, I guess, I could probably come up with some better description of it, but you get the sense that there's like a lot of like righteous anger behind these drawings. Like a lot of them kind of end with using these abilities against what look like really crude looking little men with spears and helmets and little pictographic figures that look like Ambrians, right?
So, Gretel, it does seem that your instincts are quite good.
This
Frightening, though. Frightening.
I'm uncomfortable with it as well.
And just to be clear, they don't. They do they kind of just show like an evolution of this, or anything in it signifying ritualistic activity changing them?
there is like kind of a depiction of this like big crystal and like a priestess near the crystal kind of like doing like a blessing on little figures that are like kneeling down before her.
Okay.
Val, question for you now. After seeing this, do you think there's any way for them back? It seems like they're very angry. And they're also purposefully deforming themselves in this anger.
I don't think they thought they had any alternative for survival. I think the path is clear. We need to get to the leadership. Our only hope is to try to persuade them that another way is possible. And if we fail, then we fail.
Fair enough.
The other room that I'd maybe point out would be this one. Like this one has like shelves and things like that, like etched into the wall, almost like this was some kind of big storage area. But there is nothing here. Like it has been completely picked over.
Is this okay? Let me put it this way. Does it look like it has been used until recently, or these are ancient? There are ancient signs of occupation versus recent.
Make a cunning or vigilant. I don't know. Your choice.
Cunning. Borderline.
There's maybe some evidence that like foodstuffs was here, like maybe like a few kernels of like grain or well, maybe not grain. Um like mushrooms and things like that, like things that would have grown underground, like you find some remnants of it and they're still like kind of fresh. Like a few things that have been dropped or left behind.
So look, the tribe was using this recently, but they're not here at this moment, guys. And given that they were collecting slave labor, I'm kind of starting to hypothesize that it was their way, it was their ticket out of here. Right? If you have enough manpower, as you chisel away this underground rooms, theoretically speaking, you could try to keep chiseling away until you get down under Davokar. It's not that far from Thistlehold. To get down there, they might hope to be able to resurface and regroup behind the cover of the forest. That's what I would, I'm not saying that I know this. It's just an hypothesis based on what I see in logic, but or I'm totally wrong. Either way, I recommend we continue going north.
How long ago did this war with, was it Jazora?
Jazora, at more than a decade ago, 12 years.
Okay.
So just to be clear, the people that fought in that war, unless they were already very, very old, would be alive and probably remember it like it happened at exactly a decade prior, not like ancient history.
Sure.
So it would be very, present, fresh, so to speak.
Moving further north.
Mm-hmm.
Is there I guess, Reg,
Huh?
do you see any tracks / blood splatters, anything in this direction?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Let me take a look.
Probably what? Vigilant, I would imagine.
That sounds like exactly what I would hope for.
Give it a +3. You know what you're looking for. Oh yeah. Yep. It looks like there has been quite a bit of activity going directly north through this area. And certainly
Well,
little trails of blood, probably from wounded that came from up above and came back down and headed this way.
My
heavy,
partner's
heavy
good.
foot traffic. Heavy,
Heavy.
heavy. Okay, well, I think it's probably a lot of them up there. I
And it is
Are we ready?
bone quiet down here. It's eerily silent, given that you know that there was a lot of people living here and they were likely here just last night.
Right. Now, would you
Reg,
like
you
me to
think?
go up a bit on my own, a
Yes.
bit quietly?
If you could do that, it would be great.
All right, I will.
I will be right
Once-
back, Alex.
Sure. So, Reg, you're going to head up kind of this way. You'll find there's like kind of a little niche here. Maybe a couple of wooden. Does wooden make sense? We'll say stone. Little, very crude stone stools sitting there.
Okay.
Probably some kind of like a little guard post or a
Yeah.
sentry spot or something.
Sentry, yeah.
And then you come up into this cavern that kind of opens up, and it looks like there's like a little lake here, kind of like where the water. It's probably like about, I don't know, in the little trickle of a stream there. No more than like maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet at most. But then that lake looks like it could be, maybe 3.5 feet deep.
All right.
But again, it's like
I
kind of pooling. It's like the flow of water. It's not like a rushing. It's just that you can kind of tell that it seems like the water is being pushed in here for coming from the west.
Okay. Can Reg continue further up?
Yep.
Area.
And this little trail. It seems like that's just
Uh-huh.
like a tunnel that just keeps on going.
All right. I guess Reg is gonna do the same. Kind of move around the outline perimeter of not the north, but just this main little
Hop over that
cavern.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any other passages other than these two. This one going down wherever the source of that water is, and the other keeps going north.
Downstream. Yeah.
Foot traffic. Do I need to roll again, or
No,
the
we'll say
current?
all of that foot traffic is going up north.
Okay. I'm gonna go and look back down and just give a quick little.
Before we continue, I guess the question I have is the water spring water or is it dirty, stinky, corrupted? Is it clean water or is it refuse?
I would say it's like really clean looking, like it's clear.
Okay.
Your water doesn't hit
Fresh
any
water.
like cloudiness or anything.
Okay. That's good. That's good news.
Let's see. Do any of you have witch sight? Okay.
No.
So you're standing here. The only sound you hear is like very faint trickle of water maybe the occasional drip drip kind of echoing through the
Mhm.
caves, but it's really quiet.
Well, it seems like the water's going up north. And, well, that's where the foot traffic is.
Let's continue then.
All right.
So you continue following that trail, and it just
Uh-huh.
keeps going. Like you follow that path, and we'll say it takes you another like 300 yards or so. It gets pretty small, and it's like kind of a narrow thing where eventually you have to go single file to get through this crevice, but it feels like you're not underneath this hold at some point. Would you continue?
I mean, that's where the foot traffic is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd say we're already this far.
How far would you go?
Well, let me think.
Like, is there a point of no return, or would you follow it to its conclusion?
I think we need to know where it comes up under Davokar and then report back. But hey, if it goes for days and days, we might,
Yeah, it won't be that long, but
I'm saying maybe we would do it. Maybe what's a reasonable time? Probably like an hour is like the most that like we're willing to go travel in tight, cramped spaces in the dark. I would say, is that fair? About an hour's worth?
I think that would be all right. Couple hours tops.
I would say, yeah, I would be saying probably willing to go a little more, but then be like, okay, we got to get back and we got to get some rest and all that stuff after that. So I'd say like a couple hours and be like, all right, screw it.
Mm-hmm.
It probably tells me somewhere. I think if you're willing to go an hour, you're going to find where it does eventually slope up and will bring you into the forest. When you kind of peek around up there, like there's nothing really like interesting or like stand outish where it kind of comes up. There's a big like rock or rocky outcropping, and this crevice just kind of like leads up and kind of follows right where that rocky outcropping meets the forest floor, and you have to kind of crawl up and out, kind of real spelunking kind of feel, like kind of coming out. But
Mm-hmm.
there's not a bunch of beast
we're in
clan
Davokar.
people like hanging out up here, but this is where they apparently evacuated, and their tracks seem to indicate they went into Davokar.
that's what I would do.
And it does look like they dug this out.
Yes.
I mean, they're beasts now. They'll be at home here.
Yeah, like claw marks and such. That seemed like that is how they. Who knows how long it took them to like create this passage out, but it seems that they themselves made it.
Had over a decade to do it. Well, it seems our exploration is done. Let's map it up in a nice sketch, and let's bring it back.
There was a in that first room we went down. There was a passageway to the south, though.
Well,
Could
yeah,
check
there's
that out,
multiple
too.
passageways. We do want to go back overland, or you want to go back through the cave? Maybe it's a bit safer in the cave. At least we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. All right. Very
Not
good.
through the forest. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go back down through the cave.
You head back
Is it-
down. Go ahead.
The murals would indicate there was some crystal down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which we
we'll
haven't
add a
found.
detail. We'll say that it looked like it was in a great body of water.
Oh, okay.
So it could be in that 3-foot pool that we saw.
I think Reg
We
would
would
kind
have seen
of
it.
redirect everyone to maybe we go down this way when
Yeah,
we
first,
get back.
and there are other 3 spots in the main cave plus 1 without water. So there's plenty of options.
Where did it seem where the water was flowing from? We should head in that direction. That'd be the
Yeah, that's
easiest
west.
That would
body
be
of
that.
water.
Yeah, that would
That's
be
west.
west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go check this out?
Sure.
Go down this way.
What time is it? What time of day? We can't tell, right? 'cause it's around, but do we have a guess?
Getting late.
Let's see. It took you like an hour to go up and then back, so it's probably like early evening. Like
Yeah, we party all night. We can do that.
This will be the last thing before we go out, huh?
How deep is the water? A foot, you said?
here, it's probably about 2 feet at most. Like it fluctuates a little bit as the stream.
I don't like getting the bottom of my witch gown wet.
Mm-hmm.
The further you follow it, it starts to get a little bit trickier. Like it starts out and there's like a little bit of a, the entire passageway isn't flooded, but as the further on you go, like it seems like the water kind of spreads out, covers more of the passageway. So at some point, once you're down here, kind of sloshing a little bit, and you get to a spot here where there's like, you'd be able to see this a bit. Maybe I will just, what will I do? Oh, I know what I get. I'll add a little bit of a light in this area
Light
so you
source.
can see.
Blinded by the light.
How do I do that? Come here.
Up like a
Click and drag.
another run light.
No, it doesn't like that. Let's try this. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a big lake.
It's a big lake.
Definitely a large body of water.
Shoot. Let's try this again. There.
Whoa. Okay, the crystal is visible.
Yes, there is a little crystal island that you can see over here. Let's see if there's much of a description here. Reading through this stuff makes you appreciate box text because they don't give you any. Okay, we'll just make it up. But basically, there is a island there that is almost entirely composed of this kind of black crystal, but it gives off sort of a kind of a bluish light. Like there's like an aura that allows you to see it and kind of just gives this dim light throughout this huge lake that you've discovered. But at the island, like before this crystal monolith that like rises up out of the lake, there is a woman there. She looks very old. She's got kind of almost like dreadlocks, like white hair, but it looks like she looks kind of grimy, like her flesh is discolored. She's got some tattoos and such tribal tattoos on her face, and her lips are kind of painted black. This is sort of I'll find the digital image of her eventually, but that's sort of what you see. She's gazing up at the crystal, kind of in reverence, and
Loyal.
she's actually singing. Like there's a very soft song that you can hear while you come into this great chamber, but the enormity of the chamber kind of just like absorbs the sound. So even though you can see her and she's within view, you can't like make out what she's saying. It's just like
Is she visibly corrupted or?
she. It's a good question, but I guess as
Loyal
you
finds her very attractive.
she
Those lips.
she doesn't seem to exhibit any of the bestial qualities that you saw on anyone else. Like she doesn't have weird arms or anything like that. Nothing visible.
What was the name of the priestess you got?
Name of the priestess was Bayela.
Bayela. That seems like it may be her.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. Let's attract their attention.
Okay.
Should we attract their attention, or should I just bend their will and see if they give us all the information?
That seems premature.
All right. Well, if we want to,
Hey! I'm just saying, they could control them before they control us.
Reg, give a vigilant test.
Come on. Oh,
Ah,
oh,
ouch.
Ouchie.
Ouch.
You see, she doesn't seem like she's paying much attention to you. If she notices you at all, you're kind of an extreme distance from her currently.
well, that didn't work.
okay, let me try to approach her then. You can stay at a reasonable distance in case of danger. I don't want you immediate one.
All right.
I
You
I want to stay like within like a close range of Reg, but kind of like at like not close at a distance, but like
Like
kind of
crossbow
keeping pace.
range, huh? Like
Yeah,
crossbow
So,
you know what I mean. Yeah,
the distance
Yeah.
right there is like 400 meters. Like that's a
It's long.
quite a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to be within exactly what Isaac was saying. I want to be within crossbow range, magic-y range.
do you want me to accompany you, Val?
Stay and protect them in case something happens. If there are guardians, I doubt that this lady's here by herself. That would be too easy. Not that I don't like easy, but I just don't believe in it.
Are you going to go back and try to find another way to like kind of get over to this peninsula here?
And we're probably gonna have to do that. Or does the water? How deep is the water there? Can we like the passage that we came out of?
It's the
can we-
shore.
It's like 3
Yeah.
3 feet.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can do that.
I
We can
think
walk
Val
that.
would cross it.
Yeah,
Stay
Alright.
close to the shore, just cross it. Yeah.
yeah, and I'll do the same.
Oops. Says as you're crossing over and you're walking through the water there, something brushes up against your leg, and you look down and you see what you think looks almost like a naked human kind of swimming right past your legs, but it's like kind of shadowy, and it seems to like kind of disappear just a second after you do that.
Ew. Ew.
Oh God.
Disgusting. Naked
on,
human
guys.
is disgusting.
Come on.
Ugh.
Sorry, I guess I misunderstood this on the map. I think the woman is actually standing on the peninsula looking
Oh,
at
the
the
pencil.
crystal.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think she's
Okay, that makes
actually
sense.
on the island. She's looking up at this thing, this crystal that's sticking up out of the water.
Yep.
But still has her back to you, even as you're still kind of a distance away as you get to that point. Still singing. You're gonna draw a little bit closer.
Yeah. And when we get, I would say, to 100 meters,
Okay.
I would ask the party to stay back and try to very softly, slowly approach.
I think I'm also gonna occasionally water and see if I can suss out what the heck, or if there's or if there's other things moving in the water.
You can make a vigilant test.
My strongest, but I will do it because the dice love me.
They There are more than one of them in the water. In fact, as you're like gazing out at the lake, there are dozens upon dozens of them that kind of like appear and then disappear. So there's almost something sort of ghostly about them. Their ability, like their permanence.
Yeah, they're
Seems to come and
breathing
go.
under there, maybe, or they're not breathing.
Yeah, you're
I'm
kind of
gonna,
getting the sense that it's not like a physical thing it's not like an actual thing that's like swimming about. It's almost like a phantom.
point it out to my party members quietly.
And Val, as you approach her, she stops singing. She kind of turns around and looks at you. She says nothing,
Large Marge sent ya.
but her eyes sort of begin to glow. Kind of a soft
here.
blue hue.
I'm here to talk, not to fight, Bayela. I'm here for answers. Please hear me.
I hear you. If your questions are ones I wish to answer, I will. But when I say we are done, you are to leave here.
That's fair. What happened to the chieftain?
There's like a great sadness in her eyes. She has like a hardened demeanor with you, but when you ask that, like it feels like she's trying to hold back, like she doesn't want to show any emotion with you. But she says, "You speak of Helianor? She's gone, and she's taken the clan with her. Those that
Against you.
survived."
Against your advice?
She's headstrong like her father. She will not take counsel from me. Has no more use for me.
I might have use for you.
I have of no more use. I stay here of my own choice. My place is here I will wait here for the eternal night.
What if I want to help the clan? What if I want to hear your wisdom? Why would you deny it to me?
If you want to help the clan, you go. You return to the surface and you tell them nothing of what you've seen down here. You tell them that the clan is dead.
The Huldra sent guardians here. They speak about an object of ancient corruption being brought here. Is that true?
I know nothing of that.
Would Eleanor be capable of doing such a thing?
We have not had any contact with the surface until yesterday when the sinkhole appeared. And she rallied her fighters to get vengeance for the first time in over a decade for the deaths of all of our kin, my beloved Halaban. Your problems, your miserable existences from up above are not our concern. We have nothing to do with that.
I don't understand why she left. You didn't want to go back to the surface? Is that it?
This place is no longer a safe place after her recklessness. The sinkhole appeared. She gave in. She gave in to her greed, her desire for vengeance, rather than thinking of the safety of the clan as a whole. Now they had no choice but to escape and head back into the forest.
Fills my heart with joy to know there are survivors, and at the same time with anguish to see clan not follow its witch, the chieftain overcome by emotion. You asked me to leave you when I'm done. Yet, I wish there was another way. I have not sought revenge. I've waited patiently. Don't even know why. And then I saw the fighters of my clan.
She's like squinting at you, and she's like starts to like walk towards you. She's gonna reach out and like grab your face and kind of like look. You got the mask on, but she's like kind of pulling you close just to like look into your eyes. There is something familiar about you.
But a shadow of a man. But I remember. I remember those moments before the end. Everyone was falling. Dead, injured. What happened? Please tell me.
Chieftain Halaban, these caves were always here for the inevitable, whether it was something from the forest that came for us or the Ambrians, but this was our safety. This was our retreat. They didn't kill us. They merely buried us. And we have been eking out an existence down here for these past 10 years, living off moss, living off whatever might grow in this sunless place, dreaming of the day that we might get vengeance for the blood that was spilled. But even so, I told her this was not the moment, but she took it anyway. I stay behind because I am bound to this crystal. I gave them their gifts, and that is all the use I am to them. My place is here. You go back now. You tell them that they are gone. There's nothing down here for them. I just wish to be left alone.
Anything I can do to help you?
No. I wait for the eternal night, and I wait to join my beloved. I am old. I'm too tired. Revenge is a young person's game. And if you feel that same burning passion that she has, well, then you go and find her. You go die in whichever way you see fit.
So you don't think that she can be saved?
No.
Thank you for
Everything that
talking
you
to
have
me.
believed about the end of Clan Jazora, she will ensure that it happens.
Why do we fight? We fight for the booty. Why do we raid? We raid for the
Is there
booty.
no
Why do
one
we
to
die? We die for the
stand
booty.
up to her?
Halaban's daughter, she's she carries the legitimacy of leadership. There is no one who else could fight and take up the same level of passion for vengeance than the one who knows that her own father was killed by the Ambrians. They are blindly loyal to her. And thank you so much for the raid, Lord Gosumba. Good to see you guys come in here. Hope you guys had a good stream. She says, I know you are earnest, but your comrades here too. They must take an oath. They must pledge to me, to the crystal, that you will not speak of me. You will not say a word of my existence down here.
I will ensure that they do. But I don't control them.
Let me hear it from them then.
Then you guys see me giving you gesture to approach.
I'll move up.
Looks like they've made friends.
You are of the forest. You understand taboos. You understand the barbarian ways. You understand that giving me your promise, it means something, yes?
Sure. What am I promising?
You will not speak of me to anyone. Ambrian, Prios, or
You know what?
otherwise.
Is it a matter of life and death that I don't?
Could be a matter of life or death or something worse.
Well, um, how about I stay out of it? You don't tell me your name, and then I won't know who you are or have to say anything about you, huh?
When you asked is it a matter of life or death, and she responds, like, you could see like all of those things in the water kind of swirling about, like she like almost like she's like mind melding with them to be like amp up the intimidation factor.
Yeah. Even if that was the case, I think, I mean, as far as uh, Reg knows, this is just some weird lady kind of just like talking to the crystals. And they were far enough away that they don't know what's going on, or at least Reg doesn't. So they could be some wanderer that just.
You would
So
you would definitely recognize her as a witch. Like she
Okay.
has like
Okay.
everything about her like signals to, even though if some of it's like antiquated.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, yeah, yeah, sure. She's gonna look to Val. Do we not know? Did we not see this person?
We did not see this person. That would be
Oh,
very advisable.
okay.
I will
Right.
explain to you, trust me. But she needs to hear from you that you trust me not to talk about this lady once we go back up. Our story will be that we explore this place, found that the tribe escaped the north into Davokar. That is the narrative we'll present to Ordo Magica.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. There's
I'm
nothing
just
else
gonna.
down here that we could just take up so they don't come back looking around. Because I mean, it didn't take us that long to come down here. And I'm assuming that we won't be the only ones coming down here.
That was gonna be my point. Like, we might not mention you, but if you're hanging around,
I
no
will
doubt there
tell
will be people behind us.
Ordo Magica that there is a cemetery of dead tribesmen here that did not take well to being buried under the ground, and the place is dangerous, especially for wizards.
One, I guess one point I would like to make: does Ordo Magica, do they not have ways of knowing whether or not we tell the truth?
This is the truth, Loyal. This is the only truth.
And Reggie's gonna be looking at Loyal. No, they don't know how to do that. As he's looking around at the lake. No,
No? Okay.
no.
I need each of you to make a resolute test.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Not to my best.
That was a great roll.
Oh no.
Um,
Wah wah. Resolute.
oh man, damn.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Rowan the Viking. Thanks for being with us. Okay.
Wow.
So a couple of fails there. Anybody that failed, you incur 1 point of temporary corruption.
Ooh.
What?
That ain't nothing. I incurred that on a Wednesday.
Would we have any indication? Do we have any indication of what that was from?
Probably
Those
the
ghosts.
crystal.
The
The
crystal. Yeah.
crystal is giving you this like kind of bad vibe.
Like, don't talk. Don't tell him anything. And you're like, ugh, that's creepy and corruptive.
So this is kind of like happens like probably pretty early on in your conversation with her. That like you start to feel this like I would say that this corruption manifests in each of you as like kind of almost like a queasy feeling, like almost like a sick
Like
to your stomach.
Radiation sickness, kind of.
Yeah. And at the point where she's starting to ask you to like make this promise to her, I guess whoever has like the best persuasive to make a test. And I think Val's connection with her, I'm gonna say, is gonna give a little bit of an edge to this. So whoever does it can take say a +3.
It's not me. I'm a 9. So
I'm a 10.
Guys, me want to
10.
do it?
I'm a 7.
Okay. Well, you don't need to say anything else.
Forever.
oh man.
Yeah.
No, actually,
you get
it's
advantage?
not a fail. It's not a fail.
Okay.
Because at 15, you gave me +3, so 18 is still technically a yes. I don't know why he's saying -2,
Okay.
right? 15 +3, it gives me 18. I rolled 18. I don't know why he says I'm failed. But anyway.
Well, it says your persuasive is 13.
Yeah, it says your persuasive is 13.
Oh, it is 13. Sorry.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
it was 13. Yes,
Okay.
I'm failed.
So I think we'll end it there.
Oh damn.
Because you're gonna start to see those little forms that were swimming around in the water, like kind of start to like rise up out of the water as like phantoms now above the water, and like they're kind of popping up all over the lake, and like it's not necessarily Val who like it's not your persuasive, but it's like you're kind of the spokesperson for everybody, and I think maybe Reg was like the most shifty. Or no, like let's say it's when Loyal starts to bring up that you're like doesn't Ordo Magica know? Because like just like the idea that you were down here on a by a third party like is just enough to like cause her
Oh man.
to cause a problem. So we'll pick up with maybe some kind of battle or something that's going to happen here, but I don't want to do it all just right now. So we'll leave
Sorry,
it.
guys. Loyal just doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
It's totally reasonable.
He's only 2 months old.
Hey.
Little guy.
Oh, you're a widow guy. Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Well, good.
Oh.
We got farther than I was expecting.
That was cool. That was
So-
actually a pretty cool little sesh.
Yes.
So I
Very
think
fun.
we will resolve this. We will see what happens here. There potentially is more cave to explore. Like there was that other direction that if you really want to map everything out, if you somehow survive this, you could check other things out. then-
Survive this, game over.
Yeah,
Does
I don't
it-
know.
I mean,
Over, man.
Am I right in my remembering that like when we were answering that guy's questions, he was like
Yes. he was able to
detecting
go-
truth
He
and
w-
stuff
he
like
I
that?
think though
He
that
was.
wasn't a member of Ordo Magica, was it? Or maybe I'm misremembering. Wasn't it a black cloak that you were talking to?
It was a black cloak, yeah.
Oh, it was a black cloak. Yeah.
Okay. All
And
right.
he would have been
So-
detecting, I think, more
The aura,
Corruption?
right?
corruption versus he probably wasn't.
Yeah.
He might have led you to believe that he was lie detecting you, but
That was what I was thinking as
Yeah.
he was like asking the
That's what I thought
questions and
too.
everything.
I
Alright.
would have assumed the same thing. You didn't say anything, so
yeah.
we're just not that bright.
Yeah,
Me and you,
'cause
Loyal.
Because I think he said and when you answer these questions, speak truthfully.
Yep.
Yes, he said that.
So that's right. Well, I mean, I don't.
I probably broke.
don't know
I
anything.
broke the illusion just there because he did. He was using which site just to see corruption and things like that. But
Sure.
he led you to believe that for sure. They would do that.
Yeah. I didn't know any better.
Yep. No, that was good. No, it gave the cover for the it's a good explanation for why the test failed. So good. Yeah, we will pick it up next time. Why don't we talk? So I know we've typically been starting at 7 p.m. Central. That's 5 for Issac and Jenna. Is that still what we want to? Is that still a good time going forward, or do we want to make an adjustment?
Yeah, I had thought it was 8. 8.
Yeah. I realized from our Friday that weird session where we started an hour later, it was still on there, but I just wanted to check in and see if we want to adjust it or not.
I mean, I'm fine with 5 on Thursdays. Thursdays is a little easier for me to get
Okay.
around.
Okay, let's keep it then. You guys were the
And
ones.
if there is something coming up, then I'll definitely we could
always
say
push it
it.
30, 40, whatever. We could always push it back a bit. Okay. Well, cool. I'll have to figure out how many XP you'll get. I would say you. Well, maybe I'll figure it out next time after there's been a comment
slowly
and stuff.
eating up.
After we figure out what just happened.
Yeah, you might not even need to do XP.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need.
Hey, listen. You got to assume if we kill the spellcaster, that they'll leave us. I don't know.
No, I don't think that's a good assumption.
Yeah, right.
It might actually wake them all up at the same time. So
What if I just strangled her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the amateur strangler.
That's one way of getting aggro. If you want to tank for the party, that's what you would do, right? Well, awesome. I will take us offline here. Anybody that's out there hanging out, we're 20 sides to every story. We don't stream as much anymore, but we still play a lot of games. And so if you want to jump into our Discord server, there's people that are always posting games that they're looking for players in there, in the LFG channel. It's a great place just to hang out. So if you're watching us right now and you thought we seemed like not terrible people, join the Discord. You can come hang out with us. So all right, have a good night. Yes, and thank you, Lord Gazumba, and all the raids. Shoot, yeah, all the raids tonight. We appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Good night.
Night, everybody.